Ever wondered what VPS hosting is and how it can benefit you? Let's dive into the world of web hosting and shed some light on this tech term that's been buzzing around lately. So, VPS hosting. VPS stands for Virtual Private Server. It's not as spooky as it might sound. Think of it as a big house. This house is a server, a powerful computer that stores all the data of your website. Now in this house, there are multiple rooms. Each room is a VPS, and each VPS behaves like a separate computer. You get your own room with your own resources, and you don't have to share them with anyone else. Why is that important? Well, imagine you're throwing a party in your room. You can play your music as loud as you want, and it won't affect the others in the house. That's the beauty of VPS hosting. It provides you with dedicated resources on a server with multiple users. You don't get this luxury with shared hosting, which is like having a party in a one-room apartment with all your neighbors. Not ideal, right? Now, VPS hosting is a more secure and stable solution than shared hosting. It's like having your own separate room with a lock on the door. You're protected from the noisy neighbors and their potential security threats. Plus, your website won't crash if the guy next door decides to host a virtual concert. But don't confuse VPS hosting with owning the entire house. That's dedicated hosting where you're the sole tenant and have total control. VPS hosting is a sweet spot between shared hosting and dedicated hosting. It provides you with more control and better performance than shared hosting, without the hefty price tag of dedicated hosting. So VPS hosting is like having your own separate room in a big house. You have your own space, your own resources, and you can do whatever you want with them. It's pretty neat, huh? Now that we know what VPS hosting is, let's delve a bit deeper. Imagine you're living in an apartment building. Each apartment is a separate entity with its own space, utilities, and amenities. You share the building infrastructure with others, but what happens in your apartment is entirely your business. This, my friends, is the metaphorical equivalent of VPS hosting. In the digital realm, each virtual private server, VPS, is a distinct entity with its own operating system, disk space, and bandwidth. It's a slice of a physical server that operates as an independent unit. Think of it as your personal digital playground where you can run, jump, and cartwheel all you want without disturbing your neighbors. Now you might ask, how is this different from shared hosting or dedicated hosting? Well, let's break it down. Shared hosting is like living in a hostel. You share resources like bandwidth and disk space with other websites on the same server. While it's cost-effective, it comes with limitations. If a website on the server suddenly starts attracting massive traffic, it may hog the resources, leaving others in the lurch. Also, you have limited control over the server settings. On the other hand, dedicated hosting is like owning a mansion. You have an entire server to yourself, giving you immense power and control. But with great power comes, you guessed it, a hefty price tag. It's ideal for large businesses with high-traffic websites, but it may be overkill for small to medium-sized businesses. And that's where VPS hosting swoops in like a superhero. It offers you the best of both worlds. You share a server with others, which keeps the cost down, but you have your own separate space, giving you greater control and improved performance. It's like living in a condo. You share the building but have your own dedicated space and utilities. VPS hosting also provides you with scalability, a boon for businesses expecting growth. You can easily adjust your resources as per your needs without disrupting the server's functioning. It's like adding an extra room to your apartment when you're expecting a new family member. Moreover, with VPS hosting, you have root access to the server. This means you can customize the server environment as you please. Install your choice of software and tweak settings to optimize performance. It's like being able to paint your apartment walls any color you like without getting a stern look from your landlord. In the realm of security too, VPS hosting scores brownie points. Since each VPS is isolated, one infected website on the server won't spread malware to others. It's like having a robust security system for your apartment, keeping you safe from the neighborhood troublemaker. In essence, VPS hosting offers you the best of both worlds, the affordability of shared hosting and the power and control of dedicated hosting. So why should you consider VPS hosting? Well, let's dive in and discover the many benefits of this fantastic service. Firstly, VPS hosting offers improved performance. Picture it like this: you're at a buffet, and instead of sharing a single plate with everyone else, you get your own plate piled high with all your favorite foods. In the world of web hosting, that plate is your server resources, and with VPS hosting you get your very own dedicated portion. This ensures that your website won't slow down even when traffic spikes. Next up is scalability. Imagine you're hosting a party. You start with 10 guests, but suddenly, the word spreads, and you have 50 people knocking at your door. With VPS hosting, you're the life of the party. You can easily scale up resources to accommodate your growing website needs. It's like having an expandable party venue at your fingertips. Now let's talk about control. With VPS hosting, you're the boss. You have the freedom to configure your server the way you want. It's like being handed the keys to your very own high-performance sports car. You can tweak, tune, and customize to your heart's content. Security is another major advantage. In a shared hosting environment, if one website has a security issue, it could potentially affect all sites on the server. But with VPS hosting, your site is isolated, providing an added layer of protection. It's like living in a gated community compared to a bustling city apartment block. You get the peace of mind knowing that your website is secure. Finally, let's talk about cost effectiveness. Dedicated hosting might be the gold standard, but it comes with a hefty price tag. On the other hand, shared hosting may be cheaper but offers limited resources. VPS hosting strikes the perfect balance between the two. You get more resources than shared hosting, almost matching the power of a dedicated server, but at a fraction of the cost. It's like getting first-class service at a business-class fare. To summarize, VPS hosting is like having your very own slice of the server pie. You get improved performance, the ability to scale resources, total control over your environment, enhanced security, and all this at a cost-effective price. In a nutshell, VPS hosting gives you more bang for your buck. So if you're looking for a hosting solution that's flexible, secure, and won't break the bank, VPS hosting could be the perfect choice for you. When should you use VPS hosting? Now that's a question that deserves a good answer, so let's dive right in, shall we? Picture this. You're a business owner and your website is growing faster than a beanstalk in a fairy tale. Your traffic is skyrocketing and your shared hosting platform is struggling to keep up. It's like trying to fit an elephant in a phone booth. Not a pretty sight, right? Well, this is where VPS hosting comes into play. It's like moving from a cramped apartment into a spacious mansion. With VPS hosting, you get more resources dedicated to your website, more bandwidth, storage, and processing power to handle your growing traffic without breaking a sweat. So, if your business is growing faster than you can say Jack Robinson, VPS hosting is your winning ticket. Now, let's switch gears a bit and imagine you're a gaming enthusiast. You're tired of lag and latency ruining your online gaming experience. You want to host your gaming server, but a dedicated server is just too much for your wallet. Again, VPS hosting swoops in to save the day. It gives you the control and resources you need to run your gaming server smoothly. It's like having your private gaming arena where you call the shots, all without burning a hole in your pocket. But what if you're a developer, you ask? Well, VPS hosting is like a sandbox for developers. It allows you to test new software, applications, and coding environments in a safe and controlled space. You can play around, make mistakes, learn, and grow without the fear of crashing your entire system. It's like having your private playground where you can experiment to your heart's content. And you know what the best part is? With VPS hosting, you get all these benefits, scalability, control, and dedicated resources, without having to share with other users. It's like having your cake and eating it too. So let's recap. If you're a growing business with a booming website, VPS hosting gives you the resources you need to handle increasing traffic. If you're a gaming enthusiast wanting to host your server, VPS hosting provides the control and resources you need for a smooth gaming experience. And if you're a developer looking for a safe testing environment, VPS hosting offers a sandbox for your experiments. So whether you're a growing business, a gaming enthusiast, or a developer, VPS hosting has something to offer you. And that, my friends, is the magic of VPS hosting. Now let's bust some myths about VPS hosting. First up on our myth-busting agenda is the notion that VPS hosting is too complex for beginners. While it's true that VPS hosting offers a lot of advanced features, it doesn't mean it's out of reach for those new to the game. Many hosting providers offer managed VPS services where they handle the technical aspects, leaving you free to focus on your website. Plus, with a plethora of tutorials and resources available online, even the most tech-challenged among us can get the hang of it. Next up, there's the misconception that VPS hosting is too expensive. In the world of hosting, you usually get what you pay for. While VPS hosting might be a tad pricier than shared hosting, it offers much more in terms of performance, security, and scalability. It's like comparing economy class to business class on a flight. Sure, you could save some bucks with economy, but wouldn't you rather have that extra legroom and personalized service? Besides, with the competitive nature of the hosting market, there are plenty of affordable options out there. Another common myth is that VPS hosting is only for large, high-traffic websites. Not true. VPS hosting is remarkably scalable, making it suitable for a wide range of websites, from small blogs to bustling e-commerce sites. Whether you're just starting out or have been in the business for years, VPS hosting can adapt to your needs. Finally, some people believe that VPS hosting is not secure. In reality, VPS hosting can provide a high level of security. Since you're not sharing resources with other websites, you're less vulnerable to threats. Plus, most hosting providers include robust security measures as part of their VPS packages. So don't let misconceptions stop you from exploring the benefits of VPS hosting. Let's wrap up what we've learned about VPS hosting. So, we've been on quite a journey, haven't we? We've delved into the world of VPS hosting and we've come out the other side hopefully a bit wiser and a lot more informed. But let's take a moment to tie it all together, shall we? We started off by understanding what VPS hosting actually is. It's like having your own little slice of the internet. You get a portion of a server just for you, separated from other users. It's a step up from shared hosting, where you're jostling for space with other websites, and a step down from dedicated hosting, where you're the king of the castle with a whole server to yourself. Then we moved on to the benefits of VPS hosting. Remember the 4 big ones? Performance, scalability, control, and security. With VPS hosting, you get better performance because you're not sharing resources with as many other users. You get scalability, meaning you can grow your website as your business grows. You get more control over your hosting environment, and you get improved security because your portion of the server is isolated from the others. Next, we discuss some scenarios where VPS hosting really shines. Growing businesses, gaming servers, developers needing a testing environment, these are all examples of situations where VPS hosting could be the perfect solution. And lastly, we busted some myths and misconceptions about VPS hosting. No, it's not too complicated for the average user. Yes, it does provide a significant upgrade over shared hosting. And yes, it can be quite cost-effective, especially considering the benefits it offers. So, there you have it. We've explored the what, why, and when of VPS hosting. Now it's up to you to decide if it's the right fit for your needs. Remember, the right hosting solution can make or break your online presence, so consider your needs and choose wisely. Before we wrap up, I'd like to take a moment to thank you for joining us on this journey into the world of VPS hosting. If you found this content helpful, then there's a good chance that others will too. So, why not share it? Whether it's a colleague who's looking to upgrade their hosting solution, a friend who's starting their own online business, or a fellow gamer looking for a more robust server, this video could be the guide they need. And while you're at it, why not hit that subscribe button? It's a small action on your part, but it can make a big difference for us. It helps us reach more people, share more knowledge, and continue to bring you high-quality content like this. Plus, you'll be the first to know when we release new videos. So, go ahead, share and subscribe. It would mean the world to me, and it'll help us make these videos even better. Thanks for watching, and I can't wait to see you in the next video.